Welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about crystals and shifting, how you can use crystals to shift, how crystals work, some science stuff. I also have a whole list of specific crystals that can help you with the different aspects of shifting. It took me a long time to research, that's why this video's late. I'm very sorry. I'm just going to get right into it because I can't talk today, so we're just going to get this over with quickly. How do crystals work? If you were to ask a scientist, they'd tell you that crystals don't actually do anything. It's just a pretty rock, and when you hold it, you think that it's magical, therefore you feel different. Also known as the placebo effect. Just because you're holding a pretty rock and someone tells you that it'll make you confident, suddenly you feel confident. Yeah, it's kind of a bland way to see it. But there is no scientific proof, I guess, out there, that I could find anyways, that says that crystals actually do something. But on the other hand, if you were to ask a spiritual new age baddie, she would tell you that crystals all have their own frequency. When it mingles, I guess, with our own natural frequency, it affects us. Okay? So everything has its own frequency or vibration. And this is also, that's a scientific fact. It's called the natural frequency. It's the reason why an opera singer can shatter glass, because she'll sing at a note that resonates with the glass's natural frequency. It's also the same reason that the Tacoma Bridge started wiggling around. It's because the wind was blowing at the bridge's resonant frequency, resonating the natural frequency. Okay, it's kind of confusing myself, but anyways, just know that everything has a natural frequency or vibration. Each crystal is different, so the different frequencies can have different effects on us. So let's say I have a crystal, she's vibrating at, I don't know how many hertz, whatever, but it's a loving frequency. When I hold it in my hand, it starts to resonate with my own energetic body, okay? Because I also have a frequency. I have probably more than one. But it's on my, how did I put it? My energetic field. Sorry, I had to look at my notes. So when I hold this crystal in my energetic field, it resonates. It multiplies the love that I feel, okay? Because when two, I'm thinking in French, when two curves, I don't know the English, les deux courbes, okay? When they're the same frequency, they multiply. I'll try and put a picture. So, the spiritual baddie says, crystal has a frequency. When you hold it near your frequency, it multiplies. So this loving crystal multiplies the love in my energetic field. Okay? Love, love. That was overcomplicated for nothing. So who's right? Is it science? Is it the spiritual baddie? Honestly, I'm not really sure. Even if crystals are just placebo, it still works. So, placebo effect doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means that it's all in your head. But regardless, you still get to the same result. So, in my mind, it's a little bit of both. I don't know if we know exactly what every crystal does, but I believe that it's doing something. And if I set the intention to use rose quartz for love, then that's what I'll receive. But rose quartz can be used for lots of things. But either way, in the end, it works. And now we're going to get into some specific crystals that can help you with shifting. First, I made a list of shifting elements, okay? I can't talk, bear with me, I'm going to read my notes. The basic steps for shifting are getting into a meditative state, visualizing your DR, setting the intention to shift, relaxing and getting into the state akin to sleep, SATS. Stay focused on the image of your DR, and then fall asleep. With those steps in mind, I came up with different categories for the crystals. Meditation, visualization, love, focus, calming or relaxing, confidence boosting, and sleep inducing. Does that make sense? Anyway, I got 3 crystals for each of those categories. So depending on what you need help with for shifting, maybe you struggle with visualization, Then I'll have crystals for visualization. First up, crystals for meditation. We have clear quartz. Basic. She's a universal stone. She's pretty much good for anything. It amplifies your intention. So whatever you want to do, clear quartz has your back usually. It's a very calming stone. Good for meditation. Like it's an all-arounder really. So I think it's very nice. Centering, calming, good to meditate with. Next we have amethyst. Another universal stone. It has so many uses. Amethyst is calming. It heightens your intuition. It's really good for focus. Clearing away negative energy, negative thoughts. That's really good for meditating when you have like these bouncing thoughts all over the place. I use amethyst a lot. It reduces anxiety. It's just a really good crystal. Third one for meditation is celestite. Am I saying that right? Hopefully. This one is often associated with shifting or astral travel, just all these magical things in general. It's a really pretty crystal. It's actually on my list of the ones that I want to get. It enhances your psychic abilities, sharpens your intuition. Next up, visualization. Oh, and you'll notice a lot of these categories can be grouped into chakras. So the meditation one, a lot of the crystals are crown chakra. The visualization ones, a lot of them are your third eye. First off, we have blue kyanite. I mentioned this one in my last video. It's fantastic for communication, visualization, enhancing psychic abilities, your intuition, the usual. And it's associated with the third eye. And I like to think of the third eye as almost like looking into the void. That's just the way I see it. I think I talked about that in the other video too. So to me, third eye crystals are very much essential for visualizing your DR. Next up we have labradorite. Again, am I saying that right? I don't know. This one enhances your psychic abilities, heightens intuition, the huge, helps you be more creative and joyful. So I thought that was perfect for visualizing because you always want to feel heightened emotions and feel joy, gratitude, which I'll get into later. It's also associated with magic powers and dream states. So it's another very dreamy, magical crystal. Last but not least on the visualization crystals is lapis. Throwback to Minecraft, baby. Lapis enhances intuition, once again, helps clear your mind, and it also helps you communicate more effectively. In my head, it was good for communicating what you want to visualize. So some people can't really see anything in their mind's eye when they try and imagine their desired reality. So communicating can help you be clear on what's in your DR, setting your intention for where you want to go, that kind of stuff. So I thought that was also helpful. Next up is love and gratitude. First off, we have rose quartz. Rose quartz is obviously like the love crystal to attract romantic love, for self-love, for compassion. It's about being kind to yourself, even when you haven't shifted in a long time. Attracts loving relationships and helps you appreciate what you have. Okay, this one, hang on.
Rhodochrosite.
Sun help. Rhodochrosite is excellent for trauma healing, inner child healing. It helps bring up repressed feelings and emotions that you might have buried so that you can heal emotionally from them. A lot of us have mixed feelings. I know I do about shifting, because it's been so long. I'm almost like mad at shifting. Like I don't know if I can do it anymore. So I think this crystal would be excellent for me to get. It's on my list. After researching this, I'm probably gonna get it. It just helps you like heal from like past traumas, emotions that you've buried. It helps bring them to light so you can move forward and move on. It also sends divine love and self-acceptance. Next we have green aventurine. I can't talk. So this is a stone of luck. It's usually associated with good luck, money, abundance. For shifting though, I thought, it's always good to have some luck. It's a very positive stone. It helps you appreciate what you have, promotes prosperity, and just, yeah, being grateful. Guys, why is this so hard to record? Hot chocolate break. I should have wore a crystal to help me focus and communicate effectively. Speaking of, next up is the focus crystals. First off, I put amethyst, again, I know, because she's that good. Amethyst really promotes mental clarity, which is not only good for meditation, but also just good for focusing on your DR, on your intention, stuff like that. Like I said, it dissipates negative thoughts. If you're having doubts, it'll help push them out. It's a really good stone. Next is fluorite. Fluorite helps with concentration, learning, and just focus in general. I've never actually heard of that stone before, but it looks really cool. I think it would really help. Finally, this one could have been in the confidence category, but I put it here because I think it goes here too. It's Tiger's Eye. It boosts your confidence. It also clears your mind of distractions. It removes fears and helps you see things clearly as they are. I associate it with confidence and pushing through, but I think it's really about removing obstacles, removing fears that you might have for clarity so you can have an open mind. So I think that could help me focus and not worry so much about what could go wrong. Next up is confidence. First off, we have citrine, which is positivity, joy, creativity. This crystal quite literally fills you with sunlight and all things like it. Joy, motivation, happiness, all that fun stuff. Definitely a confidence booster. I mean, you're like looking on the bright side, quite literally. And it can give you that motivation to shift, to go all the way and do your best. Then we have carnelian. Again, a pretty popular stone for confidence. It boosts your self-esteem. It helps you be passionate, stimulates your creativity. It also can help you like increase your drive. So it can also help you with focus and motivation. Then we have another popular stone, hematite. It's very grounding, solid. Like it helps you with your inner strength and resilience, protects your energy, promotes clarity and focus, and helps you stay determined. Last but not least, we have the calming or sleep-inducing crystals. We have moonstone, a very soothing and relaxing crystal. It enhances your intuitive dreams and your inner calm. I'm literally just reading off my notes right now because I can't compute. Then we have howlite. It's known to promote relaxation and a restful sleep. Helps you release stress, making it easier to fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. And finally, we have selenite, which purifies, very purifying crystal. Purifies and calms the mind, creating a serene and peaceful atmosphere for sleep. Selenite is very good for cleansing. So if you want to cleanse yourself before you meditate, cleanse your crystals before you use them, you can do all of that with selenite. It's a really good crystal. So that was my list. Keep in mind, these are only a few of the crystals that can work for shifting. These are just what I found. And crystals usually have like a lot of different uses. Like look at amethyst. So don't feel limited to these crystals. Do your own research and research the crystals you already have, if you have any, because a lot of them you can probably use. And find some crystal that you really connect with too, because that's part of the fun. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about ways you can use your crystals to help you shift. One way that I really like to do it is I hold my crystal in my hand, and then I will meditate or just fall asleep. Do be cautious though, because if you have pets that sleep with you, like you don't want to accidentally drop it and then have the dog or cat or whatever eat it. Just keep that in mind. Or if you have like a shelf or something near the head of your bed or whatever, you can put the crystals on the shelf. Make them in a nice little neat pattern, because intention is everything, keep in mind. It will make a difference. If it's organized in a way that you think will work better, maybe it's pointing at your head, maybe it's pointing to out your window to the sky, you know, like just little things like that can make a really big difference. You can also put them under your pillow if you want to have it close like that too. And your crystals also don't have to be right beside you either to work. You can have a little shelf with or a little table with your crystals, and just set the intention with the crystal. Maybe you hold the crystal in your hand, set the intention, and you want the crystal to help you relax when you try and shift, or you want the crystal to help you focus. And then you can put the crystal back in its neat little spot, and then trust that it's doing its job when you go to meditate and shift. Coming back to the letters from my previous video, when you write letters and stuff, depending on who you're writing to or the message in the letter, I like to put a crystal on top, like either I'll fold the letter in half or I'll leave it open and just put the crystal there. I don't know, it just feels like it seals it and that the message has been received. I like to do that. Like if I'm sending it to my SO, my favorite color is blue, then I'll put a blue crystal on it, you know what I mean? Or if you want to put a communication crystal on the letter to communicate the letter better. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Some little notes though are try to cleanse your crystals pretty often, because crystals retain energy. So especially when you buy them from your ethically sourced shops, it's very important to cleanse them either with selenite, a sound bowl, moonlight. You can blow on them. Just even set the intention to cleanse them. Just be careful to not leave them in the sun. You can with some of them, but double check on the internet or whatever, because some of them will lose their color or they'll get like crumbly. Same thing with water. There are lots of resources out there that will tell you how to cleanse your crystals depending on what kind it is. The safest bet usually is moonlight, especially a full moon. That's usually my go-to. And if you can't find any crystals near you, don't have any local shops, or you don't have any crystals, don't worry. You don't need crystals to shift. You don't need crystals for anything. It's just a little booster. You know what I mean? All you really need to shift is intention. Everything else is just like a little cherry on top that you don't really need. I hope that helped. I hope that was informative. I learned a lot. Like, my notes are pretty good, but I had a hard time communicating them, apparently. I hope you still enjoyed it, and I'll see you in next week's video. See ya!